In this tutorial, I'm going to make a 9-volt battery holder. So you can see already I've renamed the file up here, and here we go. So start off with a good old box. Bring a box out into the middle. I'm going to scroll in with my scroll button and right mouse click just to change the angle a bit because I just like it better. And I click to highlight the numbers of the box I want it to be. So I'm going to go 30 by 20, and I'm going to set the height right away to be 21. So there's my first part of the holder. Next, I want to cut out this section here for the battery to go into. So grab another box. This time it's the hole. And the size of this one this time is going to be 26 this way. We're going to keep it 20 that way. And the height, we're actually going to make it 19. So we click on it, go 19. There it is. Now, I'm going to align the two. So highlight both of them. Go up to align. From align now, I'm going to align it this way. I'm going to line it this way, so this one's off the ground and up because there's going to be a cutout. And finally, I'm going to line it this way. Okay, so it goes into there. So there's my line, and because I want to see it as an actual hole, I'm going to highlight the whole thing, and I'm going to group it. And what will happen is this section here gets cut out, and it actually looks like an actual U shape in a second. And there we go. All right, so it's grouped now, right? So I can move this whole thing all as one. Now what I'm going to do is create two little bumps on each side so that the battery gets held in place. So I'm going to start with a work plane, and I'm going to go over to this side and click, and now you can see that it's aligned to that face. I'm going to grab, they call it a round roof, I call it a half circle, and we have that. We're going to rotate it 90 degrees right away, and then we're going to change the size. So instead of being really wide here at 20, we're going to change that one down to 3. And instead of really tall like this, we're going to change this one, whoops, let's just make sure we can see it, down to 2. Okay, so once again, I can just take this and attempt to align it up, and I probably could just align this like this. Actually worked pretty good because we're on a grid and everything's nice numbers, right? So that was pretty simple. I won't even try to align. So now what I'm going to do is put one on this side. So I'm going to take the work plane, right? So back up, select work plane, click on this side. Now we're over here. Take this object. Why create another one? So can you right mouse click? No, you can't. But what you can do is if you hit Control C, or up here you can go to copy. Okay, duplicate and repeat. There's a second one in there now, right? And it's there. And then what I can do is basically move it, right? So there's that one. Now I got to get it over here. So I'm actually going to mirror it, and I'm just going to change this angle a bit so it's maybe a bit easier to see here. So I'm going to click on mirror, and it actually mirrored, and I'm going to select this arrow, and you see it flipped. Now again, I can just drag it, and I'm just going to cheat here, and whoops, Control Z, and I'm just going to drag it. No, apparently I'm not going to drag it. So yeah, there I am. Right, so I'm just going to put it to here, and again, if I wanted to align it, I could then click this object here and go align, and align the way I want it, right? So I can align it to wherever I want. So I'm going to cheat on this one and basically, whoops, grab the whole object and up to there, kind of go this way, and then go to there, right? Because you're using the grid, it's pretty easy. When you got really weird numbers, it's kind of hard to align things. But there that is, right? That's aligned nicely there. That looks like it's aligned nicely there. We can scoot around and kind of take a peek at it, right? Yep, we're all good. Okay, so I'm just going to save this, right? Well, it's already saved. I'm going to get rid of the plane that I'm working on and go back to the basic one. So if I just hit home here, right, it's kind of weird looking. So I'm just going to hit plane, plane down there, and we're back to normal. So there's my object. I can obviously group it. And once I've grouped it, it'll actually be all one color, and I'm done. So now I can just go to export, and from export, STL, and you can see it's preparing the model for export, and basically there it is, it downloads. All right, that's the end of how to make a battery holder, right? And then you can glue it. I guess what you could add still is a hole here, one or two, and then you could screw it in place, but we're not going to do that in this tutorial. All right, thanks for watching, and go make a battery holder now.